had such a crazy day. Like, it has just been mental. It's currently 5:15. It's a Wednesday. As you can see by the title, I'm doing a week in my life. Bit of a strange time to start a week in my life, but to be honest, I spent all day Monday just working and then all day Tuesday just working. So there wasn't really anything going on there. And then Tuesday evening, I watched the new episodes of I Kissed a Girl with my girlfriend over Zoom. But yeah, obviously I started this channel again like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I haven't filmed since, and I'm trying to keep myself accountable to actually do some filming. This morning I got my hair cut. I don't know if you can tell, it looks a little bit messy and a little bit flat at the minute. And then straight after my hair appointment, I went for a doctor's appointment. Turns out I'm not gonna die. Well, I will eventually one day, but not today, hopefully. I just went to get some moles checked. This is your reminder to go and get your moles checked if you have never had them checked. I just think it's a really important part of just looking after your skin and your overall health, especially if you go out in the sun a lot, which I don't. I don't know if you can tell from my sick Victorian child complexion, but I do not often venture outdoors. I went for an appointment and it was so humbling because like I have OCD. I think I spoke about it in the last video, but only briefly. Quite often I go to the doctors for usually no reason, but in my head it's a very urgent, valid reason. And he was like, "You've been here before," and I was like, "Yes, I have." He was like, "Yeah, you were in here like January 2025," and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Your moles were fine last time," and I was like, "Yeah, but what if they're not now?" And he looked at them and he was like, "Still fine." Anyway, it's good to be embarrassed for the right reasons at the doctors, and that being that you're a little bit of a hypochondriac, and that's fine. I just did a trial shift at a tattoo studio, which is so my vibe. Like, honestly, something like that, a job where I can just go home and it's no longer my problem. Love that. So yeah, just balancing that and content going forward. If I get this job, it's probably going to be a little bit difficult, but I make my life difficult as it is anyway. So I acquired some random stuff throughout my day, some notes from the studio because there was just so much to know. So I got myself a proper notebook. She's pink, she's so cute. Well, kind of. Mikados. Haven't had these in so long, they remind me of my childhood. Now, I never ever buy Tony's because it's so expensive, but like currently this is on club card price at Tesco's for £3, and I was like, you know what? This is chocolate with caramel, almond, pretzel, nougat, and sea salt. Sounds good. It better be. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. It is Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. I need to dry my hair. I'm just very casual today because, to be honest, I'm having a very casual day. I've got a couple of videos to film. I have a chiropractor appointment. If you remember in my last video, I mentioned that I booked a chiropractor out of pure anxiety, and now I'm just kind of stuck. This is like my mandatory like second appointment. I might take myself for some dinner. And yeah, that's pretty much the day, so it's gonna be pretty chill. I burnt myself on my pan the other day and it must have just popped like in the shower. It is so painful. I have to leave in 45 minutes. This takes 30 minutes and then it has a 13-minute spin and drain. But sometimes it just does what it wants, so I'm hoping I leave on time. Oh, my new Experiment 5T arrived yesterday. It's so cool. I love this graphic. This is the only thing I got from the drop, but I'm not mad about it. It's 8 minutes past. I need to leave at like 1:15, and my washer still hasn't even finished the first cycle. It lied to me. It always lies to me. Okay, I just got back from shopping. First off, I went to see a chiropractor, as mentioned earlier. It was more just like a review of my x-ray that I did in the first session. I accidentally fell into maki and ramen. I don't know how that happened. It happens quite a lot. I got a vegan tonkotsu with tofu and some edamame. My new addiction is these Forest Feast almonds, but they're the matcha ones with like the collab with Perfect Head. I love Forest Feast, but I've only just recently seen these ones, but they're so good. So out of the 3 people who are watching this, if one of them just so happens to be Perfect Head or Forest Feast, I'm down for a collab. It's 2 o'clock. I have so much to do for the rest of the day. I need to film a video. I'm gonna do an outfit video inspired by I Kissed a Girl outfits. So I spent like 45 minutes last night going back through the whole thing, taking screenshots of the outfits and then matching them with like stuff that I have. I need to do some editing, have my tea, do some yoga. So yeah, I need to get cracking because if I sit down for too long, I won't get back up. Just to give some context on like the amount of effort that can go into some of my videos. This is like most of the clothes that are gonna be in the video that I'm doing, and I'm gonna be recreating like 10 outfits in one video. First is obviously like the prepping, so like the thinking of the outfits, then I've got to get all the outfits out and arrange them. Some outfits just take a lot longer than others, like this tie. Like I have to watch a video on how to properly tie like a Windsor knot, because Windsor knots are so much better, by the way, than the like regular way to tie a tie. And then there's the getting dressed, the getting undressed, reviewing every single take, putting it all away, and then the editing as well. Like this video is probably gonna take me like an hour and a half, 2 hours max to edit. And then there's obviously all the posting as well. A video can literally take me like 6 hours and it'll just flop. It happens. Okay, so I've just spent the last hour and 20 minutes just filming that one video. Don't ask what I'm wearing. My room is just in such a state now. You know, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'll just like lay in bed, and then this like mass panic hits me that I have somewhere to be, and then I remember that I'm like low-key unemployed. But I do have places to be today. I'm going to the gym. I just hope it's not too busy. I hate when the gym's busy. I just don't like it. Anyway, it's 8:30. I need to have breakfast. I need to go to the gym. So I finished up at the gym. Slight trigger warning, by the way, I'm going to talk about OCD and food contamination a little bit, but this is just something that is super important to me and something that I'm very proud of myself for. So I have pretty much every theme of OCD that you can name, but the theme I struggle with the most is like health anxiety / contamination OCD. I didn't think I could get any worse. Turns out I was wrong, and I've never been this bad in all my life. And I stopped going to the gym because I simply just wasn't eating enough, so there was no point in me going to the gym because I was just going to lose weight, and I really don't need to be doing things like that. So that was seriously affecting me, because then I felt like I wasn't being active. I just wasn't happy. And I feel like when you're not happy and you fall into like a depressive slump with OCD, your OCD naturally just gets worse. So it became a very vicious cycle. I feel like I'm slowly getting out of it. As you've just seen, I just made a protein shake, and that might seem like the most normal thing to any person with healthy functioning brain. I've been convinced that if I put something in my fridge, the next day it's gonna be off. Honestly, the staff at like the supermarkets I go to must see me like twice a day, because I just refuse to keep anything in the fridge overnight. That becomes exhausting, and it is so silly. For the first time, I just made a protein shake with the oat milk that has been in the fridge for like 3 days. Obviously my brain's scared and it wants to be like, you've made a big mistake, like you're gonna die. But I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. To some people who maybe have watched this far who don't have OCD might think this is so silly. I know it sounds like it from the outside, but if you don't understand OCD, unfortunately you have no say, because OCD is debilitating. It takes thousands of lives every year. I've been very close. I'm very proud of myself. Also, if anyone watching this who just struggles with mental health in general, something that's just so small but has really been helping me quite a lot recently. This is not an ad, by the way. I downloaded an app, and I think it's called I Am. It's just daily affirmations, and you can set how often you want to receive them. You can set like themes for things that you struggle with, so it'll give you more affirmations around that. And I am my worst enemy. I speak to myself like shit, and that has such an impact on your mental health, and it's very difficult to unravel because that becomes very set in your brain. But anyway, an affirmation came up on my screen yesterday, and it was, I refuse to let fear win. Every single day I let fear take over my life. It was so nice to just see something like that. Anyway, I need to get on with the rest of my day. I could do with another hour's sleep. It's Saturday, a second trial shift today. I'm so tired. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit more fresh than what I was this morning, although I feel like I don't look like it or sound like it. But it's 20 to 9, but I'm wearing a very chill fit. I know you can't actually see the full fit, but I've just got a Carhartt t-shirt. I don't know if you can see, I've just got like a leopard print belt, just some blue jeans, and then I'm gonna just wear a hoodie. I really like that I can just wear whatever I want. Like it's just so chill. But I'm quite nervous because obviously I'm still learning and there is so much to know. So I thought if I just wear a very like low effort outfit, I'll just feel more relaxed. That's the vibe. I feel like all I've done in this vlog is just yap. Okay, this is content. This can now be an unboxing. These are just my razor heads, but it looks like Amazon has already unboxed them for me. That's not it. Like, that's not right. This is just my protein powder. If anyone's vegan watching this, by the way, this is like the best vegan protein powder I can recommend. They have like different tiers. So they've got like just black, gold, and platinum. The tier level depends on like the extra nutrients that they put in it that some vegans might be more likely to be deficient in. I highly recommend. I'm not vegan, by the way, but I'm trying to be vegetarian and then hopefully one day vegan. I just got back from my second trial shift, and then I I accidentally fell into Maki and ramen again. I don't know how it keeps happening, but it does. I just thought I'd treat myself. Like, it's the end of the working week for me. So, oh, I got a piercing. The studio that I work at also does piercings as well. But I'm so scared of the healing process for piercings. So I'm hoping that this is fine and I don't die. My nooch arrived. My girlfriend recommended it to me. And honestly, having less meat in my diet, I think it's probably a good shout that I have stuff like this. Do you remember why I actually yap so much and why I can't film anything in between? So about 4 months ago, I got a brand new pan because I wanted to switch to purely ceramic and stainless steel pans. Look at the state of my pan. I'm not usually this vulnerable online. Like, I look after my stuff so well. It's just burnt oil and I've scrubbed so hard. I cannot get it off. This is really vulnerable, by the way, for me to share something like this. Like, I know I just said like 3 minutes ago that I nearly off myself this year, but like, I don't usually share my mistakes, okay? I'm embarrassed. I googled it and apparently bicarbonate soda and a scourer. Scourer? Who invented the word scourer? I actually don't even care. And apparently this is the way to get it off. So we'll see. Is this the kind of content that you wanted to see? Because this is my evening. Well, my pan didn't really work, I'm not gonna lie. I think it needs white vinegar. So giving up this evening, I literally can't be bothered. I'm gonna call my girlfriend, we're gonna watch a series together, and then I'm just gonna go to bed. Morning! I've overpacked my Sunday. I have so many plans I'm probably not gonna get any of them done. Nothing really needs doing, and this is my problem. I just make things to do when I could just relax. Also, my piercing looks okay. I need to wash my hair and I'm really scared. Like, I don't wanna wash my hair until like tonight. I'll update you with my day because I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, so before I go out, I need to tell you guys something. I was scrolling on Vinted this morning and I came across these ties and they look so cool. They're thrifted ties that have been like upcycled, they're handmade. Immediately, I fell in love with them and I had money in my Vinted balance anyway. So I bought 3. I've never seen these before and I really like ties. I've been wanting some more like fun ties because I basically have like 1 tie and I really want to start wearing more like formal outfits, just like out and about. I'll put the Instagram on screen of the person who makes them. Also, I fell victim to the pistachio trend. I think these are new. They're Bear Bells protein bar, but they're a pistachio flavor. I don't know if you can see, but it's literally just bright green. Protein bars are just nah, anyway, it's not crazy, but it was like £2.60 and it's tiny as well. But it's 15 grams of protein. Oh my god, I nearly died on camera. Cameraman never dies. And I am also the cameraman. Anyway, of course, it is a Sunday. I already feel so behind on my day, but to be honest, I feel so behind every single day. And that's because I try and cram so much into every day. I was thinking of maybe just walking around charity stores and vintage stores all day. Anyway, if I do go thrifting, I will try and film as much as possible. Okay, well, this morning was lovely. Apart from my whole egg situation where I just dropped my entire punnet of eggs and smashed the lot of them. I didn't really go as far as I intended because it was just throwing it down. I ended up just going to a couple of vintage stores, having a look around. There was some really nice stuff. I had such a lovely chat with the lady in the second store. I tried on this like really nice like purple fleece zipper. It was really nice, but it was just a little bit too long for me. And then I tried on this jumper. Where is it? I know it's giving granddad, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? It's very rare that I actually come across a secondhand sweater that looks like it might fit me and is actually a really nice color. So this is the jumper. I really like it. My plan is to shrink it a little bit. Looks like it fits really nicely, but it does. It's one of those you have to kind of tuck under, which I don't always like doing, but I love this. Big fan. I'm going to do a little video as well over on TikTok and Instagram talking about this vintage store as well. So I'm happy. It was a successful morning.